my lovely Sophia here. Welcome to both my channels, because whichever channel you're watching this on, I've uploaded this video to both. So on my Sophia Psychic Tarot channel, welcome to my normal viewers there, and also on my other channel, Your Thoughts Create, and welcome to my viewers there as well. Please press the like button because it does help get this video seen by more people who wouldn't normally see it. So it's valuable information to help other people who are struggling in wanting a relationship that they really want and not understanding why that they're not getting that relationship. I am a personal mentor and help lots of people to have relationships that they want, whether it's with somebody new or improving an existing relationship or wanting somebody back in their life that they've broken up with, and also help on getting the money you want, house, job, whatever it is. But it all starts and ends with you. We all think that people are separate to us, but they are just showing up in our conscious awareness by how we see ourselves, how we think about ourselves and feel about ourselves, how we think and feel about other people and situations. So what I'm going to be doing is reading 2 success stories and then something from another person's email. All of them are anonymous. They've all wanted to remain anonymous. And then giving you some tips. But I do already on my other channel, Your Thoughts Create, there are lots of videos building up the concept of why it's your thoughts that create your reality and nobody else's. So when you're seeing things outside of you and you are looking at current circumstances and thinking that they're set in stone, you're looking at past events and thinking that's set in stone, you are thinking that somebody else has got to make you happy, whole and complete, they're all sort of coming from the wrong energy, if you like. And I explain all this in lots of other videos. I'm also on Instagram. You can find me at Sophia Psychic Tarot, where I do live sessions twice a week, and especially on the Friday one, which is helping lots of people to change their lives and get people back in their life and the relationships that they want, as well as new love as well. So let's dive in to the first one. So I'm going to be looking at my phone, so I'm going to be looking down whilst I'm finding them, so bear with me. So this first one is this lady was married and then they separated. So this is her story of how they got back together. I shared with you during your live show today that after 1 year, my husband and I are back together. The separation was devastating. It was an unwarranted fight on my part. He was hurt. He did not talk to me for almost 8 months until I reached out to him, and he did not want to talk, still angry and hurt. Then we began to text, not on a regular basis. After the separation, he lived in another state 3 hours away. During the separation, that horrible negative Nancy played in my mind over and over. I killed her so many times, it's just not funny. I would say to her, I'm running you over dead with my car, as loud as I would curse her out. You would think she was really a human being. I was her enemy. However, true to say, doubts would often enter my mind, but deep down I knew we would be back together. Sad to say, his mother passed away and he asked me to come to him. Previous to her passing, he shared with me that she was not doing well and he would tell me when to visit. I did, however, visit her during the time we were texting, and not wanting to push it, I did not tell him that I did visit her. Since we are together, I have told him, and he was glad that I did see her. So this is my success story. Knowing and believing within, be it manifesting or whatever one wishes to call it, I stuck and believed in my affirmations. If I could, please do not measure time, as the universe and our time are truly different in measurement. Now, I did reply to her and say, are you back together now and living together? And she did say yes. So looking at this email, the main thing is that she believed in her heart's desire that her and her husband would get back together. And although her negative Nancy came in and tried to tell her no, she was seeing the 3D which was showing her he didn't want to talk to her, he was angry with her, he didn't want to have a text and that. She remembered what I had said in my videos, that it starts and ends with you. When you change within how you think and feel about yourself, and you build a good self-concept about yourself, so I am worthy, I'm deserving, I am good enough, I don't need to be validated and approved of by anybody else because I validate and approve myself. You're the creator of your 3D experience and your conscious awareness. When you change, and you change how you see other people. So if she'd carried on thinking, my husband doesn't want to talk to me, he's angry with me, he's telling me he doesn't want to be with me, then she would have kept that in place. But because she ignored that and changed within and seeing her husband as, of course, he wants to be with me, he loves me, we're in such a loving, committed relationship, you know, we love each other, and she built up a different self-concept about herself, so she wasn't feeling needy, desperate, insecure, jealous, impatient. She really fought negative Nancy off, and then the universe brought in, unfortunately, the passing of his mother, but it sort of, that wasn't what got them together, but he came around to her way of thinking because that was her assumption and how she perceived him. So when she changed her views and opinions about herself, how she was showing up in the world and in the relationship, and seeing him as the version she wanted him to be, he had to conform. So another one while I'm in my emails is from a client who started mentoring with me, but then has ended up with somebody else, which is fine because some people do that. So I'm going to read a bit from her email, not about the story, because, well, briefly, she started mentoring about one person, but then ended up with another. And the first person is now pursuing her, but she doesn't want to be with that person anymore. She's changed and she doesn't want that person anymore. But it's changed now to where he was completely sort of ignoring her and not wanting anything to do with it. When she built on her self-concept, he is now pursuing her and she's not bothered about him anymore. And she has been able to interact with the new person with less desperation and neediness, if that makes sense. So I'm going to read out bits here. So she's sort of saying about how things have been going with this new person. And she put, I will say that none of this would have happened if I didn't work on my self-concept. I really struggled to get my head around that, but then I had the light bulb moment and everything clicked. I put myself on my pedestal. I made my affirmations about me and my self-concept 80% of the time and the rest on him. I don't feel the need to text or call him all the time. I don't have that desperation and neediness. This is probably the most relaxed I've been in years and it feels so nice. I still have the ego trying to trip me up, but I put negative Nancy back in her place and I know I have to watch my thoughts, but I'm getting better and my mental diet is so much better and it's a new habit now and I love every minute. I am proud of myself and I'm happy that I didn't give up like I've done many times before. For now, I'm just affirming for the life I deserve and living my best life. And I thank you, Sophia, for helping me realise that it was all about me. And when I changed and how I saw other people as well as myself, then everything changed in my life for the better. So that's lovely as well. So again, working on self-concept. It's no good you affirming for somebody else to change if you don't change, because it's your reality, your experience, your life is happening based on what you think, based on what you feel, based on what you believe in, assume, how you perceive things, your opinions, and how you react. So when you're coming from a place of desperation, neediness, I need somebody else to make me feel happy, whole and complete, you're coming off in the wrong energy that is not getting you what you want. Nobody else can make you happy, whole and complete. So I'm going to find the other one as well. So, dear Sophia, I've been thinking for quite a while if I should write you, but yes, I want to. I want to tell you my story and want to thank you. My story goes like this. I was, until last week, married for 10 years and had a relationship with him for 23 years. The relationship over the last couple of years was not good, and I was in doubt whether I should continue with the relationship. Then I got a new job, and there he was, my colleague. It started with just flirting until last year. We got to know each other, and I knew right then that he was the love of my life. I had never felt the feelings I had for him with another person, not even my husband. But I was married and he was in a loving relationship with someone else. But we couldn't stay away from each other. I started to watch tarot card readings on YouTube and came across your channel. I listened a lot on what you had to say. When I met my colleague, I had a gut feeling that we would end up together. I didn't know how or when, but I just knew it would happen. Your channel helped me a lot to focus on myself. In February this year, my now ex-husband told me he wanted to end the marriage. We were both very saddened, but we also knew it was for the better. We will still be friends, and in my head I thought, oh my God, is this really happening? Now what? I told my colleague and he was there for me, helped me to get over it, and we talked a lot about it, but he was still in a happy relationship. It was at times very hard, but thanks to your videos, I could stay in my power and had control over my thoughts. I let it just go because I knew we would get into a serious relationship. And then it began. The last month, my colleague told me that his relationship wasn't going well. So now I was there for him. We talked a lot again. But he was the one who had to make a decision in his relationship. You always say, don't think how it will happen. It is always unexpected. Well, this was very unexpected. Last week, he sent me a text that we needed to talk, and we did. Just out of the blue, he told me that they had ended the relationship. I was flabbergasted, completely in shock. I thought immediately on your words. You always say it comes in an unexpected way. He told me that I was one of the reasons that he wanted to quit the relationship. He loved me too much and I was the love of his life, his perfect match, which was one of my affirmations. So now I am in a relationship with the love of my life. I could not be more happy. We decided to take things slow, and that is just perfect. We both don't want to rush into things. He is looking for a new home now because they still live together, but my dream came true. Dear Sophia, again, thank you. Keep up the good work you are doing in helping others, and I will still keep following you on your channels. So I thanked her for the email and then sort of said what was the time period, and was she sort of intimate with the work colleague the whole way through. The tension between us started in June 2020. In August 2020, we got in some sort of fight at work over another colleague who liked me, and he was jealous. We hadn't spoken for a week, ignored each other, until I was tired of it, and at the end of that week, I had sent him a message about the tension and the chemistry between us, and that I thought he was jealous. Now, this is before she came across my channel. That's when things started, and we both realised that there was more going on between us. So August 2020, we were not intimate all the time. He has ghosted me, sometimes for a month. That was in December until the 31st of December. And of course, they talked at work, but as colleagues. And the last 2 weeks of January, we were in no contact until I told him that her and her husband were ending the marriage. After that, we were regularly in contact, not every day or even weeks, but just here and there, a message how things were going. But for the last 2 months, we've been in contact every day because she's seen the video, she's worked on her self-concept, she's changed how she sees herself, how she sees him. She didn't focus on the third party. She just knew that he was the person she wanted. But she thought at first tarot readings were gonna, she was watching the tarot readings. Yes, he loves you and you love him, but, things aren't changing and that, because it's picking up on the current energy. You have to go above that. Okay, so remember, when I do tarot readings, I always say it's just for guidance. It's never set in stone. When I do the personal readings, when I do the pick a card readings, I'm telling you all that it is just general. To really see changes in your life, you have to go deep within, because 95% of you is running on autopilot from all the things that you've soaked into yourself and believed and been taught throughout your life. So when you're wanting to see change and you're hearing, yes, you can get an SP back, and you're thinking, oh, I'll throw a couple of affirmations at it. You're coming from a place of, I need it now. So you're becoming desperate. You're becoming urgent. It's urgent that I have this because I'm unhappy without the love of my life, or unhappy being single, or unhappy being treated with this hot and cold behavior from my person. So the urgency is making it all about them. They've got to change. When they change and the situation changes, I'll be happy. It doesn't work like that, because it's you that is creating your conscious awareness. Everyone is you pushed out. And I've got videos on this and I've mentioned it a lot before. So when you become the change, knowing you're good enough, knowing you're worthy enough, again, loving yourself. I love myself. I respect myself. I am good enough. I'm first best. I'm the best option. I don't need to be validated and approved of by anybody else, because I validate and approve of myself. I'm always loved, adored, desired and admired. I'm always highly respected, valued and appreciated. I'm always spoilt and doted on by others. Everybody loves talking to me. And so when you become the change, everybody will see you as that change and treat you differently. But also it's how you think about people. So if you're looking at your person and you're thinking, say you want an ex back and you're saying, they hurt me, I want an apology, you've got a lot of resentment, you've got anger, you've got frustration, you're focusing on the fact that you're still in no contact, they're still not contacting you, you're picking up your phone every day, you're looking, you're going in the same cycle every day, you're not going to change anything. You need to change within to see the changes outside of you. So with third parties, now, if your person is already seeing someone, and like in the third story, she was married as well and her person was seeing someone, you are making that choice to stay attached to that person. It is your choice. Nobody's forcing you to stay and wait. So you can't come from it from a place of jealousy or threat, because where you put your energy, or what you focus on, is where your energy goes, and so what you focus on grows. So a lot of you, when there is a third party, that somebody is already with a third party, you're becoming jealous. You're seeing them as a threat. What have they got that I haven't got? Why doesn't my person want me? You're keeping the third party in place. You have to come from a place of, so the past, the present and the future are all now. You're the one that's categorizing it. You're the one that's waking up every day with a blank canvas. You can create whatever picture you want to paint on it, but we straight away go back into our past thoughts from yesterday. Oh yeah, I've just remembered my person's in no contact with me, or they're with somebody else. I wonder what they're doing. Why haven't they texted me? What have they got that I haven't got? Why don't they love me like I love them? So you're bringing in everything from the past still into the present day, into now. So you're reliving the past. You're looking at the present day going, well, I don't have them. They're not with me. I don't have a loving relationship. Whatever it is, a relationship that is not fulfilling you. So you're pressing pause on what you want. And others of you are looking at the future. Well, one day they'll come back to me. Hopefully one day they'll come back to me. Hopefully I'll find the love of my life. So you're keeping it in the future. You have to look at now as if you already have the loving relationship you want. And then go about your day doing things that satisfy you and make you happy, whole and complete. Things that you're doing for yourself. You can't look at that. You should be looking at it, is that person good enough for me? Not what can I do to make them love me? That is coming from the wrong energy, and that's why you're not sustaining and maintaining relationships. So when there is jealousy or a threat, even if you are being attracted to somebody and you're not in a relationship yet, but they're talking to other people and you're feeling jealous and you're feeling threatened by other people, then that is because you need to work on your self-concept. You're not feeling secure enough within yourself. You should be going around saying to yourself, well, of course I'm the best option for them. You know, I'm everything beautiful. I am good enough and worthy. I'm always their first choice. And when you keep reaffirming that, then that is what will show up in your reality. They will start seeing you as good enough and worthy and first best, because you're not given off the energy of jealousy. Or think of energy a bit like pheromones. Okay, you're putting the energy out there, and if it's the wrong energy, it's the wrong pheromones, and you're not being attracted. You know, you're not attracting anybody to you. Are you a skunk or you know, something beautiful? So think of it that way. So when you work, you know, a lot of you are also looking at the current 3D and holding it in place as set in stone. You're getting the past as set in stone. Yeah, but they said that to me. They said they don't want to be with me. They said they didn't want a committed relationship. They said I was just fun while they're with their wife or husband. They said that there's no way that I am relationship material or whatever, okay? You are, even with no contact, keeping that in place, because you're focusing on the no contact. You're focusing your energy on current circumstances and what other people are saying as set in stone. So you're not coming back into you, realizing it starts and ends with you. When you look at a relationship, you should be looking at it from, what do I want from this relationship? So you've got to really think about how you see relationships. Are you coming from it, as I said, from I need that person back in my life because when I was with them, I felt alive, I felt happy, whole and complete. But now they've gone, I feel like shit. That's showing that you weren't stable enough and centered and secure enough and confident enough within yourself, because nobody else can make you happy, whole and complete. You're relying on somebody else, and you will always be disappointed and be let down, because it's nobody else's job to constantly give you the love and affection you want, because you'll never feel complete enough. You'll always be, you know, if they don't tell you that they love you or something all the time, you love me anymore, you're coming across with that wrong energy. You don't treat me how I want to be treated. So you're never going to be contented. We always want what we can't have. And when we get what we want, we then want more as well. That's just a human trait. So you should be coming from a place of, I want a happy, stable, loving, harmonious, healthy relationship, rather than I want that person to be obsessed with me. I want that person to need me. I want that person to approve of me, shower me with love. But it's no good them doing that if you don't feel that about yourself. Yes, it's nice to be showered with love and affection and want somebody to be besotted with you and love you and find you totally irresistible. But it's no good it being one way if you're not able to think that about yourself, because they could be telling you, yes, I love you, and in your mind you could be, yeah, but I've been hurt by others before. What if they go off and hurt me? What if they cheat on me like so and so did before? What if they go and ghost me again like they did before? So you've got to change your self-concept and become the anchor in your reality, because how you're treated and how you're seen by others is how you treat and see yourself, not them. So you can't expect them to change throwing a few affirmations at it when your core center belief and 95% of your subconscious programming is in an opposite of what you are wanting. You're coming at it from 5% of your conscious mind, but subconsciously, oh, I'm happy, I'm rich, I've got a loving relationship. But 95% of your software program, your subconscious, is saying, no, you're not. This is not how we're running here. We're programmed to be disappointed, let down, feel insecure, have doubts, have insecurities, have jealousy, feel like people are a threat, react out of anger and frustration. So you're going against what it is that is programmed. So you have to rewire and reprogram the software program by consciously being aware of what you think and what you feel and what you believe in, how you're reacting all day long, and not taking the current circumstances as set in stone. So again, everything is explained. I do a lot more on Instagram that I've explained about. So if you are on Instagram, go and find me there and watch the last few lives that I've done. Also on my Your Thoughts Create channel, if you're watching this on my Sophia channel, look at the other videos, because they're there to help you realize, as I say, it starts and ends with you. It has nothing to do with what somebody else is saying or thinking or doing. They are acting the part that you have given them in your conscious reality, in your conscious awareness. So thank you all to those of you that sent in those success stories. And also, I hope that it has helped you all realize that you can get your loving relationship that you want when you become the change. Because your outside world is a reflection of your inner world. And if your inner world is not stable enough, secure, centered, and confident, then you're gonna see chaos in your world around you. Again, if you need my support, if you want to book a one-to-one, session with me so I can see where your old programming is and why you're not seeing results or where to begin to get results, then I can help you. That's what I'm here for. And that's what, especially on Instagram, lots of you are now starting to see the change. It's not a quick fix, because if you've got years and years of programming in there that is the opposite of what you want at the moment, you've got to unpick and start with that first and reprogram that first. So I hope this helps you. Love and light, Sophia.